session of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental is now called to order. May I request everyone to please stand for the opening prayer to be led by Honorable Montojo, followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and the Provincial Hymn.
May I request everyone to please bow down your heads in prayer. Loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here today. Please be with us. Guide our thoughts, ideas, and decisions. May the decision we make not be for our own good, but for the good of all Oriental Davaoenos. We pray you protect all our people, guide us on the path to unity and harmony. This we pray in your mighty name, Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa dagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ang bagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Kawilihan ng kanan, umahal na Davao Oriental, langit mo mapaway. Yang kabutayan, yang kapatagan, mayaman ay magandahay. Mas tihain pa kami kumanto, kami mo uli anikan mo.
Pleasant afternoon to the members of this august body. Good afternoon also to our SP Support Services Office, headed by our SP Secretary, Mr. Maximino Nazareno II. And here joining us in the session today is the Assistant Department Head of the SP Support Services Office, Ma'am Evangeline Plaza. And also to our guests who are already inside the session hall. Everyone, once again, good afternoon. So at this point, may I request the Madam Secretary to please proceed with the roll call for the determination of a quorum.
The honorable members of this august chamber are requested to say aye as I call the roll. Honorable Maria Glenda Monet Rabat Gaita, Honorable Beverly M. Dayanan via Zoom, Honorable Harold A. Montes via Zoom, Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr., Honorable Ana Cheryl N. Castro, Honorable Elijah E. Palmahil, Honorable Daud B. Linsag, Honorable Stephen Paul L. Uy, Honorable Maria Lady Hope J. Macaira, Honorable John Erwin G. Montojo, Honorable Ruchi M. Ravelo, Honorable Jerome C. Dayanghirang, Honorable Joson Michael G. Dayanghirang, Honorable Eleuterio C. Manaytay, Honorable Shanin C. Lintugunan, Honorable Presiding Officer, there are 11 members of this August Chamber present, including the Honorable Chair.
Considering that we have mustered a quorum for today's regular session, we can now proceed to the items in the order of business. What is the next item, Madam Secretary?
Next item in the order of business is reading and consideration of the minutes, Journal of Proceedings of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental, taken during the 40th regular session held on April 8, 2026. Honorable Chair, with the kind indulgence of this august body, the SPSSO would like to seek your kind understanding for the deferment of the said minutes, considering that our staff has not yet done transcribing the same due to the lengthy deliberation. Our apology, Your Honor.
Okay, considering that the minutes and the journal of proceedings of the said regular session has not yet been submitted and finished by the stenographers, considering that we had a lengthy discussion in the previous regular session, if there is no objection from the members, we may now proceed to the next item in the order of business.
Next item is privilege hour.
Okay, we are now under privilege hour. Yes, Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have two concerns in the privilege hour. One is the amendment of our calendar, particularly on the committee report number 18-238 series of 2026 and proposed resolution number 18-375 2026. The same, I would like to request that the same be included in our order of business for today's session, and the disposal later on will be handled by the Honorable Elijah Palmahilo, Honorable Presiding Officer. And my second concern is at any given time this afternoon, I, together with the Honorable IPMR Eleuterio Manaytay, will have to excuse ourselves because we are just awaiting for the arrival of the delegates from the National DNR. This is in relation to our early resolution wherein we already withdrew our support on the mining activities of Australasia and Hallmark Mining, all under the Asiaticus Management Corporation. That is all my concern in the privilege. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, if there's no objection from the members of the body, the request for the motion for the amendment of our order of business moved by, on motion of Honorable Lepardo is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Honorable Linsag. Motion is hereby carried. Please take note, Madam Secretary.
Honorable Presiding Officer, for purposes of today's session, it will be the Honorable Attorney Macaira who will handle the rules. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Lepardo. Yes, Honorable Elijah Palmahil is raising your hand. You're recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I also have here committee reports number 18-239 and committee report number 18-240, all series of 2026, and also proposed resolutions number 18-376 and 18-377, also series of 2026. Honorable Presiding Officer, I would like to also have this include in our order of business for it to be discussed. This was the last communication and committee report deferred last session, Honorable President. I do so move.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Palmahil. There was a request by Honorable Palmahil. If there is no objection from the members, please take note, Madam Secretary, for the
Noted.
inclusion. And for the record, I believe Board Member Castro and Board Member Jerome Dayanghirang has joined us for today's regular session. They are present. We are still under Privilege R. Are there any other members who would like to avail of the Privilege R? None. So we can now proceed to the next item. Madam Secretary.
Next is question hour. Under question hour, we have here with us now Engineer Ruel C. Dumadag, Provincial Government Department Head, Provincial Engineering's Office. He is here to present the subdivision plan for the Government Center.
Okay, so I believe our guest is already inside the session hall, and in order to accommodate our guest, may I request the committee chair on rules and privilege. I believe Board Member Macaira, as mentioned earlier by Honorable Lepardo, will be making the motion.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. In order to accommodate our invited guest, our resource person, Engineer Dumadag, I move for the suspension of our House rules.
There is a motion for the suspension of the House rules on motion of Honorable Macaira, seconded by Honorable Linsag, Honorable Uy, and Honorable Lepardo. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. House rules are hereby suspended. May we request our guests to occupy the rostrum on the right side of the session hall? And we will now give the floor to our guest for your presentation, opening statement and presentation.
Before that, Honorable Presiding Officer, with utmost respect, may we request that, together with the Honorable Manaytay, that we be excused for the remaining the hours of the session.
Okay, I believe there's no objection from the
Thank you.
members. You are now excused. You may proceed, Engineer Dumadag.
Thank you, Vice, and we are so honored to be invited as resource person of this August body, and our presentation covers about Davao Oriental Provincial Government Center, the SP complex and its specifics, future plans and present built-up structures, and the focus on ongoing construction with funds, much more the SP secretary status and updates. So, this afternoon, this is our privilege to show to you what is the future plan of the Provincial Government Center. This master development plan covers about the future, the present, and the component infrastructure development na subject for approval and for funding. And also being the technical arm of the provincial government, there was a committee created. Only we inputs ideas, conceptual plan, and what matters most is this presentation could be useful as guidance, and the SP will be the one to guide us to establish ordinances, guidelines on the ongoing construction of the government center that harmonize our theme and standards in order to have a presentable government center that caters services of all aspects in the government structures. So now, we are presenting to you the whole master plan of the 28 hectares provincial government center. Slide, please. So, the allowable land uses, which is the utilization of the occupancy for the future, which is built in on the master plan, is government center core, the services and support unit, resource generation zone, commercial and business park, community service, cultural and recreational spaces, residential mix-up use, and the program protected natural species, the roads, sidewalks, bikes, lanes, open lanes, spaces, buffer zones, green species. Slide, please. So, I would like to request the blow up. Yeah. In order to interpret the land use of this provincial government center, we are labeling color coding in every zoning. So, we would like to show to you that gagmay man kaayo. Ang green zone is pwede mo dool ko. Okay. The provincial government core. The green one is government center. The light blue, government services and support unit. Saan nga kuan color? Kaning gauss. So, actually, i-proceed na lang nato. Interpret na nila later on. So, in every zoning with corresponding colors, so natay commercial and business park, community services, cultural and recreational zone. So, okay. Next slide, please. So, body siya ang 28 hectares nga zoning and land use of future occupancy and utilization of the provincial government center. Next slide, please. So every zoning nanatay actual occupants based on donations, and there is already existing buildings, and of around 28 hectares, napatay portions in every zoning nga unutilized nga lot. So in our computation, of whole total nga unutilized lots, napatay 1.8 hectares nga nabilid, but distributed in different zone. Ang slice aning nga lot is nasa 1,000, nasa 500, and depending upon sa requirement sa nag-request nga recipient sa iyahang occupancy and utilization. Next slide, please. Okay. The most important to us as technical arm, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan should know that components of construction phase must in place of this provincial government center to avoid complications in the future. What complication? Mushroom construction of buildings not harmonized to the theme of the provincial government, irregular shapes, encroachment, contamination of wastewater, clogging of drainage, rainwater runoff flow nga overflow. So daghan ang mga aspect nga karon dapat i-address na presently in order sa future dili na to ma-experience ang trouble and deterioration sa ato ang structure and makasira sa ato ang government center. So una, as being the technical arm, we suggest that gates and fence, including reception and information office, ma-establish na based on our setup plan. Second, road networks with pedestrian and drainage system, ma-in place na, nga approve na siya in harmonized application na mo sa office of the building official. Ika-3, ang powerhouse substations including underground electrical system, amo nang ma-finalize ang programming despite walay budget para ato nang makitaan ang future underground cabling nga wala by interruptions or complications unda kanang grid design na to or bag solar bata or napatay mga backup generator. Pinaka-importante, ang potable water system including source and reservoir. Ang existing nato, it was our time nga si Ma'am Telma ang Vice Governor, ako ang technical staff, Secretary si Inday Digamon, si Saysay ang runner. So kami tulo nag-start. Mauna sa una hangtod karon dili na gina pwede. Kay ngano na nay water level subsidence, magkulang na gyud na. Dili na gina pwede. And also, amo nang mapiping line ang future distribution o transmission lines sa tapping point sa every building of zoning. Ang ikalima, wastewater treatment and sewage treatment plant, including sewer lines. Ang nahitabo, why na ay contamination sa atong mga potable water table? Because nag-spill over na ang septic tank. Puno na siya. Then, padulong sa ground, nag-sip na siya sa underground percolation, ng sagol na sa water table. Ang requirements sa DNR, nagay sewage treatment plant, STP. O katong wastewater nga discharge nato, atong i-reprocess, magamit po siya para dili ta ma-short sa supply. So, mo ang mga future plan nato. Then, ang park and open spaces, including amenities. Makita ninyo ron, pag walkthrough nato, sa among visualized presentation based on the concept of the architect. 7, pinaka-importante, police and security outpost, including CCTV network, para dili na ta mahadlok diri. Kay makita nato ang Davao Global Township, gihimo siya ang relaxation, jogging area, ang Aswela Cove, kung makaadto mo, wala na modern type of avenues sa recreation. So atong town is potential tayo nga mabutangan nato kay natay area kining provincial government center. Next slide please. So the Sangguniang Panlalawigan complex. So Vice Gov, sa kinatibukan si Sangguniang Panlalawigan sa 28 hectares na siya ay 3 hectares nga subject for development. So to be aware ang mga board members, mo ni ato ang present built-up plan. Unsa ang existing nato karon nga structures. Next slide please. Ang among recommendation sa future, it depends upon your approval. So, mo na ni, nanay SP multipurpose covered court, SP multipurpose sa building 1, mga existing na ang uban, Sangguniang Panlalawigan Museum, kini as session hall, i-convert na itong museum. And si building to, existing man na, ato lang siyang i-enhance. And ang bago nga ma-introduce is ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Silangang Davao, which is a 3-story building. A 2-story building with roof deck. Mata ika-3-story niya. And the Davao Oriental Carillon Park. So next slide para makita nila ang visualization sa future. So this is the ants view nga depende sa inyong approval kung unsay modification, recommendation, and suggestion. So ingana ang naong sa ato ang future nga Sangguniang Panlalawigan, a 2-story building with roof deck. Sa kini nga conceptual design is sa 2020 pa. Na napoy may enhance for your i-present na mo sa inyo. Next slide please. Lately last year nag-present mig bag-o. Mao niya mo ang na concept. Sa 2020 after 5 years nakakopya siguro among architect nag-present na po sa amo sa team. So amo pong i-present sa inyo. Next slide please. And the present plan? No, the present, yeah. This is the present plan nga atong i-enhance kung unsa siya makita sa depende sa budget. Depende sa budget. Ano existing enhancement sa building depending upon the budget kung ang naong masundog ang budget mag-agad. So the next slide please. Okay, this is how the Carillion view sa future kung matinuod siya. So, kung nikadto mo og Washington DC, murag nay obelisk, na siya harmonization sa road connectivity, it's a symbol of power and authority. 11 kapuls ang Carillion, yeah. So, next slide please. So, morning mga ongoing and completed infrastructure projects nga naa sa Government Center for your information. So, as of now, pahuman na ang establishment of land development. Matingala mo nga nag-abuno din na road network, highlighted siya. So, part na sa ato ang local government nga improvement. Hinay-hinay lang. Then, ay provincial center. Phase 2, asan it say? IP Center, Tribal IP Center under PLGU Fund. Reservist Building under PLGU Fund. Drainage, cross drain sa outfall to NHA Creek. Nga naman, anon to us, sa kadako sa area, walay gawasanan ang tubig sa government center. So that is why 5 years ago, nagsulat ko sa DE nga magbutang og cross drain outfall nang nada sa highway ron nga gi-construct. Kay kung dili nila butangan, maglunop ta dinhi. So mao na siya ang purpose. So nanatay gawasanan sa tubig padulong sa NHA Creek going to the outfall to the kanang coastline. And the Farmers Mall humana nana dinha, and outgoing under DPWH kanang sports and cultural building nang dagan si pangutana unsa daw na dinha. So kuha na siya under DPWH fund, congressional initiative. It's kuha na siya kanang sports and cultural building. And under PLGU fund mo ni kang SP Secretary Nazareno ang completion of a secretary building, ongoing ang preparation sa plans and design. SP Power Supply, bago lang nina-award, ongoing nina ang implementation. And SP Covered Court, Comfort Room, kanang inyo ang gipikilball area, diha, butangan na to, o toilet. So next slide please. And in order to visualize and see what is in the future nga mahitabo sa atong mga buildings, mag-present me og walkthrough viewing about the So, mo ni ang government center? PGC, mo ang Provincial Government Center. Siguro to the honorable body, ato na siyang i-resolution kung unsagi pangalan ani Provincial Government Center, Davao Oriental Government Center, nalibog pod mi kay kinahanglan na siya resolution nga atong guidance to become title sa mga projects. So let us play. Why sounds? Ano siya ang 28 hectares comprising of the Provincial Government Center with zoning spacing requirements, road network, mga future buildings, and ang dapat siguro sa ato ang makap up nga future ordinansa nga kung muhatag man ta og donation sa mga government offices, nagyoy harmonization of design sa ato ang team of the province. Okay, the 2020 and the 2025 conceptual design. So, ang board member na bahala na kung unsa gyud ganahan nila with the approval pud sa ato ang LCE. So ako ang i-suggest pwede na ta mananom og kahoy. Kay kami in the scale up sa development plan nanatay distance spacing asa ang road width unsa ang elevation dili na ta makadisturb sa plants and vegetation sa future. Pero dapat koralon sa lagi pa daghan baka di og kanding mosulod patyon gyud ang tanom. So the whole panoramic view. Oh, murag mao nay mahitabo. So next nga walkthrough is Sangguniang Panlalawigan, the building of the future sa mga board members of the House of the Vice Governor. Okay na. The existing built-up plan sa ato ang structures din sa SP complex. Before nga before na-rehab ang ato ang SP complex, mo ni siyang karaan. The future. So depende pilian ang concept sa 2020 o 2025 sa future nga building. So roof deck, the plantings, spacing and species of the kanang trees. So murag sa Europe naka tree lined nga design. So we introduced the skylighting type, and ang mga access exits is pwede sa labas, pwede sa sulod. Ang entrance is a cathedral ceiling, murag taas kayo with the skylighting of glasses. So, right, mo ng light reflection of the night, di ba? So, that's end our presentation. I hope na kung naaman mo yung mga queries and mga arising questions, so we are ready. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer. The floor is now open for any questions, clarification from the members of this body. Honorable Elijah Palmahil, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. And good afternoon to each and everyone. And thank you po no, kang Engineer Ruel Dumadag for that wonderful presentation of the development plan here in the government center. Murag gwapo gyud kayo panganduyon ba no, may nana atong government center ba. Well, Engineer, actually ako ang nag-invite sa mga dili si Attorney Pardo last session because we also know and the members of this august body would like to see what are the province the plans of the province here in the government center. Because as the committee chair on housing, murag nabalaka po gamay kay dagan kay nagaabot sa ako ng mga communication regarding offices and agencies na gusto magpatuko diri sa atong government center. Siguro it's an additional lang po sa ako ang knowledge na makabalo, ma-aware po ko sa ang mga developments diri sa atong government center. So a few questions lang, Engineer, no? First and foremost, makaprovide ba ta og hard copies atong imong gi-present kay murag di gyud na mo makita tong mga technical descriptions sa mga plano? Pwede ba makapangaya to?
Abong tang i-print out kanina,
Okay.
sa kadaghan ninyo nako di mi kaapas. So kay ready naman mi sa amo ang soft copy, amo lang gi-assure nga makapakita sa inyo. But anyway, by tomorrow, all of the board members will possess the hard copy for further nga kana readable version. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer. And pangutana lang po, are all the offices and agencies nakapreposition na ba na tanan sa government center? Kay na-mention ni mo ganina na ay itong 18,487.11 square meters unutilized and unused. But the rest, ang 94% nga nagamit na nakapreposition na ba na tanan? Ang unsa?
Based on our inventory and record board, the PEO is only posting donations nga kami ang mag-transcribe sa technical description. With regard sa offices nga nag-occupy, it was only 5 years ago na harmonized na mo ang zoning placement sa utilization and occupancy. Moto makita bitaw nato nag-topsy-turvy nga mga placement of office. However, wa gid mi kabalo kung unsa pay kulang nga offices ang naa dinhi. As long as kung kinsay nahatagan og donation sa unang panahon, kung asa ilang gusto didto ginato ibutang. But now on our recommendations through zoning requirement sa land use, kung ato ana siyang i-prevail, kung napay wala dinhi, mabutang na mo kung asa siya nga land use occupancy.
Okay, Engineer. So there will be possible changes in the near future if inana man imong unsahon tay na magpulihan na og mga offices mag-ingon nga diri na lang mi kay mas kailangan mo ning mas dako nga area. Pwede ba na or naka unsa gyud na mga naguna sa once na approve na ang deed of donation sa
In compromise of land use and utilization, pwede siya mag-agreement. But however, ako nakita, daghanay naka-proceed of titling nga mga offices. So, if ever man nga i-wish nga makig-exchange sila, ilahan na ng deed of exchange, but this should follow zoning requirement. Ana lang.
So, for example, kana engineer na mention mo, if once na na-process na nila ilang titling for their office and nahitabo nga approve na ang deed of donations na ay ilahang murag internal agreement siguro and with the blessing sa executive, pwede nila nabuhaton basta na kinatawag ni mga sa to na deed of exchange.
Deed of exchange. Actually, board possible. Kay kinitanan nag-merit sa donations. And the ownership is beholder sa agency, ilahaman ng will. So kita, mo-execute lang ta og mga documentation to harmonize pod sa zoning land use.
Okay, so what if engineer mahulog na dili sa deed of donation, mahimo siyang deed of use of rock? Because sa deed of use of rock, di ba, discretion gihapon na sa executive or sa gobyerno gihapon na mo sa kimurgi pahuram lang manimo, di wala nimo siya gi-donate. So unsa atong pwede unsaan if ever
In
deed
my
of use of rock?
recollection, wala ko'y nakita ang use of rock agreement. Tanan donations transform to ownership. Sa akong nakita nga compilation.
Here sa dire sa atong government.
Yeah, kay kami biya ang balik kustudyan sa kanang paghimo og kining technical description until sa occupancy sa mga offices.
Okay,
Kami nahibalo.
Base pod sa among level na iniabot na deed of use of rock from the Hall of Justice na wala pa man noon sa but wala pa na construct pero nanay deed of use of rock from the Hall of Justice nagi-assign dra somewhere sa likod pod sa existing Hall of Justice sa Mati. Mo na at ang ma-transfer at ang mga RTC gikan dito sa Capitol Hills murag diri sila ibalhin sa atoa. But I believe no na may committee nga nagahandala naga tanawan na which is katong DMCC, di ba?
Yeah.
Development Management and Coordinating Committee. So was the committee or the DMCC provided this development plan prior sa unsa magnabay full knowledge ang mga members sa DMCC ani engineer?
Mo gani ang kuandron balig na pa may gap na DMCC authority to allocate lots based on donation approved by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. However, wala pa gi-adapt ang atong master plan sa development sa future, which is topsy-turvy gyapon ang results. Now, with that, na ako'y nakita nga EO on moratorium, thankful good me engineering ato kay na-halt na mo ang kining allocate og lots sa ilang gusto kay gusto namo i-by zoning ang ato ang approval sa ilahang yuta nga gipangayo para ang accessibility to the services maisa ana gyud siya.
So pag-ingon nimo kaning sa actually member mo ka sa DMCC pod sir, di ba?
Member ko then na-brought out ni discussion sa pinadisco kay all of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan donations moagi sa pinadisco for information motong through the representation of board member Lipardo minghangyo siya nga mangutana daw mi unsa ginang government center sa future kay mura nag-mushroom ang improvements dinha mo na nang nagpresenta karon.
Actually mo po na among gusto tanawon kay kaning sa DMCC murag serve siya as oversight
Oversight committee lang siya.
Before nimo magamit ang whatever land or property magamit dire muagi sa DMCC for the exemption and moratorium. So question po na ko regarding ana engineer kaning sa DMCC ba nabay murag due process ginoon sa ninyo nagikan sa executive moabot kay natoy instance last session we had an urgent request from the governor na to approve to authorize him a deed of donation sa Davao Regional Science High School. And kami sa diri sa among level sa Sanggunian once magud mahimong urgent request sa governor amo gyud ang paningkamutan na mapaspasan as the committee of the whole. But kana for example na instances na we had to consider the decision or sa resolution na ihatag sa DMCC which is ang exemption and moratorium adunay na ba mo'y harmonization pod sa inyong level na from the executive mo agi sa DMCC bago moabot dire sa mua kay para once moabot sa mua murag na with confidence na kabalo mi na nagi-review na ninyo and na may period pod sa mua period of review pod sa level po namo sa sanggunian. So na posible ba na inana engineer na pwede ba inato ang pag-agi kay mo po ipangutanan ako sa head on provincial si Attorney K, sorry, og sa PADO, which is sila man ang committee chair sa DMCC, di ba ang sa engineer?
Ani board, there is no question nga mag-donate ta sa mga offices. As long there is a guidelines nga iagi sa technical arm. Kami ang mag-recommend asa siya ibutang to harmonize in the future utilization. Now, kung nanami recommendation of technical description o zoning place in location, mo na i-endorse na mo sa committee nga subject na siya sa approval of resolution. Mas the better part. Kaysa una bali, mo insist na si recipient nga gihatag sa iya kada nga lote with specified area, mo-obey na lang mi paghimo og technical description without locating asa siya nga zoning ibutang on a proper master development plan. Bali, good kay kayong gi-recommend nimo. So mao na among prayer sa technical arm maghimo tag guidelines prior to approval, iagi sa committee, i-endorse ang engineering recommendation.
Yes, kay para di apod mahulog tong imong na-mention ganina engineer na maiwasan kaning mga encroachment. Kay,
Daghan karon.
Ang mga di unsa man gud og future problems sa ato ang government center if na ay problema sa encroachment. Mao gid ang mga kadalasan problema, di ba?
Ang na-witness na mo sa encroachment after nga na-titling sa ilaha ang lote, gi-left out si Provincial Engineering Office during the relocation. Secondly, kabalo na gud sila nga diha sila kutob ilampas pagyud. So without our awareness and notification, natingalan lang may pagsorbi na mo sa roads, building pa man di ay gihapon. So murag wala gid siya sa proseso. That's why my request to this sanggunian, before mag-construct si offices, mag-seek siya o mag-secure siya og building permit para maklaro ang specified lot, setback, and easement. Dili kay siya ray magbuot. Kay wala ba yung mga building permit diri ang mga buildings. Wa mo sunod sa atong balaod.
Diretso construct lang engineer, walay unsa prior documents or presentation or development plan sa ilang mga buildings diretso.
Wala good board.
Construct. Okay, siguro pwede po natin
Part of the
i-suggest sa DMCC
Yeah.
para at least matanaw po na nila and ma-ocular inspection po ng mga existing karon na ay problema na sa encroachment katong mga wapay buildings na bay problema bagyapon sa encroachment.
Dili nas wala pa manggutay ngipon karon, honestly gyud. Ang ilang gisaligan donation nga nakatitulo na sa ilaha. With regard sa construction, dili manggod ta stricto kaayo nga badlongon sila bisag walay requirements sa building official. Yeah, during occurrence of mga earthquake flooding, ang basulon engineering dayon dili na siguro sayop namo. Wala man sila nag-conform of the procedural process. Ana ba?
So pati miskin ang sewage plan ana.
Yeah, pinaka-importante gyud ang sewerage plan. Kay kanang hugaw nato sa septic, ang solution sa present time dislodging. But dislodging is so costly. So kung DNR conformity, nagyutay sewage treatment plan nga naay piping system nga naka-attach gyud sa building o sa septic tank para ang iyahang waste walay trouble of contamination. Ana siya.
Okay. So so far katuro man engineer at least na aware lang pud mi sa mga plano And for us to realize siguro what you presented us earlier, dapat sana ito masulbad ng mga ginagmay na problema within the government center. So, katulaman engineer, and then provincial government center bang yun ang title ani or wa pag yun
Naglibog.
kung Davao Oriental Government Center. Magdepende na lang na unsay mahitabo within the near future. Sige, katulang engineer, honorable presiding officer, that's all for the questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Palmahil. Yes, Board Member Linsag was raising his hand. You now have the floor, to be followed by Board Member Ravelo.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to each and everyone. Engineer, alam ko gusto i-clarify, no? Kaya sa una, the late Governor Cora, ako to siyang yang okay man. Karon pag-implement, why are you nag-discuss ka ganiha? Yang man ako to si late Governor, okay siya. Pag-implement ni mo karon, nawala gyud tong amuang prayer room sa mga Muslim. Na nung wala man gyud ma-include, no? Ikaduha, naglibog ko. Just to clarify, ningon ka ganiha, sa pag-implement niya ni ang mga board members na maging room, niya ningon po ka, ang IP na apod. Di siyempre, with due respect, ang board member man ay IP man siya, na siya room kay board member man siya. Sa to palahi pa po ang room sa IP. O dapat same lang siguro. Kung naglibog ko ato na part, sa imong giingon.
The PEO prepared based on budget allocation with supporting resolution. Why ang IP center na sila building kay naa sila budget allocation supported by resolution. Ang atong worship and prayer room na magay existing ordinance na karon nga gi-adapt gyud na sa PEO in every building. Mag-allocate me og space, not an independent prayer room building within the building, dili independent building. Mao to interpretation namo sa ordinance.
Okay, Engineer, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Linsag. Board Member Ravelo is recognized.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to all the members of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan as well as our guests. Engineer, thank you for your presentation. When we have this property, unsa pag-envision ani sa ato, we want it to be a smart and environment-friendly complex of the province of Davao Oriental, nabay ingunana ng mga panghuna-huna, the moment that we have this property owned by the province. How do we want this facility to, what kind of personality do we want to have this kining whole complex?
Kami in guidance of urban planning, nami space allocation. Pila ang sa structures, pila pod ang open spaces, pila po utilization sa road networks, the sewerage and the drainage. Nag-abide me based on percentage. So that's how we adapt smart engineering building.
So, Engineer, when we provide lots, thank you for the answer. When we provide lots for those who are requesting a lot for their offices, do we have any chance of telling them that if you're going to locate your building here at this specific spot, the look of your office should be like this? If you won't follow us, then I don't think it will be possible for the province to provide you such lot. Para katong ingon nako, how do we want this complex to look after several years? Makita nato na in conformity sila sa katong general na design, general na dagway na gusto nato ginapangandoy para aning na complex. Do we have any chance of telling them, yes, we'll be able to provide you, provided you will have this kind design na mo fit in sa how do we envision this complex?
Kana good board, pinaka punto gid na ang imong gi-raise sa amo. That's why we have to adopt the approval of the Master Development Plan para ang slicing sa every lot specified in accordance to future thematic structures. Kung magbuot sila para sa una, dili pwede kay nanay guidelines. Sa una board pildi gyud mi kay wala man tay baseline, wala tay reference.
While we respect their needs, no? But I think on the process of making plans and building design, they still have a plenty of ways to adjust to their needs, no, sa specific office. But as to the general makeup, general look of this complex is they need to abide by the province directions, no? So anyway, they're the one asking. They're the one asking. If they won't comply, then wala usa. Di ba? Kay lisod man katong smart and environment friendly Davao Oriental Government Complex na gina-envision nato will not be achieved if the kind of building that they're gonna be erecting is not the kind of building that we envisioned to be part of the whole complex. No? So, I think that's one consideration.
So to the honorable board member, nakita ninyo ang viewing sa walkthrough. Ang center of the provincial government center is mga tall building. Nagpagamay na siya until sa periphery nga mga one-story building. Para ang visibility, ang aeration sa hangin o skylighting, see-through sa whole complex. So I hope nga ma-develop na gyud nato.
Nindot yun siya, engineer, para even side view, top view, frontal and back view nimo, makita nimo
kita tanan.
Personality of this complex, no? Na this is something that we really can say that this is a smart and a beautiful Davao Oriental Government Complex. Kana ang ato ang ginatanaw. So, how do we tend to achieve this? Do you on the pipeline na ba ang, because you know well, I was just reading books, no. I have not traveled to the US, but sa ilaha mga urban development planning, the first that they're gonna be developing in a specific, when they develop new cities, new townships, is well, of course, they have the plan in paper. And later on, himo nila ang dalan usa, asa ang mga dalan. Next, kay asa ang dalan mo sa kung asa dapit tong mga commercial, institutional, industrial, dalan, and then after waterways, and then linya sa kuryente. Pudri asa atoa kay maraog nag-ana-ana na ba? Oo. Nagsugod na gyud siya og we say a little by little mushrooming effect of some of the structures, which I think I saw a very good designs, plans, but if eventually we'll not be able to police and to regulate, that will remain as our ambition na wala gyud tay realidad kay makita naman nato hinay-hinay. So we want na ing ato unta kahapsay, kanindot, kahinlo, orderly, na maging proud pud gyud ta. Like there is one in Putrajaya, Malaysia. It's a government center worth to visit. It is part of Southeast Asia because it's in Malaysia. But guys, if we be able to personally experience there, nindot gyud pod, no? Well, aside comparable to Singapore and other parts of the world, but that example in Malaysia, gibagtingan naman hinuon ko, no? So, mundang na ko. So I think that's one good example because that's also a government center in Putrajaya, Malaysia, no? So kadtong ta engineer, tabangan madraft naman si Vice Bob, amo gyud ng ang atong chairman sa land use para makita nato na dili masayang ang dako kaayo na facility na land area nato na.
So board, ang PEO is ready to present to you our voluminous Bible of master plan development, including future building thematic pasad in conformity sa mga occupants nga mo abide sila during sa rectification and ongoing construction. Nagoy mga changes.
Tapos madungagan engineer og kanang where people can converge, kanang katapuk-tapukan sa mga tao ba. We already have the Capitol, naatay Baywalk, nana po tay another park or area where people can converge kay that's where life is, no? Nakita po nato ang mga tao, diyan nato mo na ang kulang later on ma-develop na kayo ang mati basin na puros na lang buildings, wala na breather ba, wala na lungs of the city. We need heart and lungs of the city. So I believe. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Ravelo. Before I give the floor to Board Member Makaira, for the record, Board Member Jocelyn Dayanghirang has joined this regular session and is present today. Madam Secretary, please take note. Board Member Makaira is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you, Engineer Dumadag, for the clear presentation of the plans for the provincial government center. Engineer, I just have a few questions. When you mentioned about it was earlier raised, but when you mentioned about the government center for Davao Oriental, what is actually the end goal of this government center? Does it provide offices, area for for offices for national line agencies, or does it also include local offices and other municipal or other offices or private offices?
Board opinion lang niya. When I was a technical staff sa SP sa una, with the time of Vice Governor Telma Almario, ang gusto lang yun nato diri is national offices. In my recollection. But somehow, na namin nasagol ng mga LGU, PLGU. So, wala man gud tay guidelines. So, wala gud me control. We are just only in the posting and inventory sa PEO to support sa mga existing ron nga buildings. So mo na among prayer nga butangan gyud ngipon para kami dili maglisod and naapoy guidance of development.
Yes, so there are also provincial local government offices in this center. Am I correct, Engineer? And also you mentioned of the prescribed zoning for the government center, and however, the zoning, in your prescribed zoning, there are already areas where other offices were established or has set up their buildings. So what is the recommendation of your committee for these offices?
In our inventory, ang uban na-shoot po majority of the structures nahaumpod sa zoning, labi health. Sa health nga side, natipok sila. Dinhi mga kanang services. If ever nga na ay naglahi, that's the time mag-exchange na. In a good intention of having zoning utilization sa area. Para ang accessibility maisa lang ba?
And also, Engineer, this government center, earlier, Board Member Ravelo mentioned of progress in other countries. Do you have in mind any benchmark for other provinces which has already established their government centers?
Ang amo agyong model, regional government center. Mo nang nangusog mi. But we are so thankful sa among lead architect, si Architect Real Espirituso, as an urban planner, siya gyud ang nangunay nga mahimo ang libro. Mo nang we are waiting for a committee discussion para tong libro na mo ma-present. It's just only a bird's eye view of what is transpired sa amo ang libro.
Okay. So at present, engineer, what is the status of this master development plan? Is it already completed?
As to raw conceptualization, natawan ako grow, completed na mi.
So the plan is already 100%.
Yeah, but we need scrutiny manggod sa committee and itself the board members, this August body, nga ma-adapt as resolution kung naa sila yung mga recommendations, open mi ana. Mga ma-finalize na to become an approved master plan.
And you also mentioned of this earlier, the unutilized 6% of the area. By the term unutilized, what is this unutilized? It was not yet given to a specific government agency? Or
Wala pa siya donations. Wala pa nato na-assign sa mga respective offices.
So out of so the 94% of this area is already assigned. Is that correct?
Assigned, given, and titled na sa ilang ownership, mostly.
Mostly titled, engineer. And you mentioned, engineer, of the SP complex, which composes of the 3 hectares. Can I ask, is this the SP complex? Was the boundaries already set?
Yeah, official na ang technical description.
And is there already a perimeter fence for the SP complex?
Ang existing murag gamay ra ma-adapt as kanang aligned to the future. Ang uban ma-demolish.
Demolished. So the existing perimeter fence is smaller than the 3 hectares. Is that correct?
Yeah, existing smaller. About 2 hectares, mga 2.2.
2.2. And lastly, engineer, you mentioned that most of the properties were already given or donated to the government agencies, national agencies, and other offices. By transferring the title, the ownership was already transferred to them. So in this government center, what do you see will be the responsibility also of these other offices which benefits from the government center? What will be their counterpart in this?
Board, bahalag masuko sila, musulti yun niya sa tinuod. Gitagaan sila glute, pero ang burden of the problem, i-address gyapon sa province. Wala gyud sila responsibility outside of their territory. So, that's why we have to come up a guidelines nga kung occupant ka, na kay responsibility. Wala gyud. Be control.
That will be all, engineer. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Board Member Makaira. Board Member Uy, you were raising your hand. You now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, and good afternoon to one and all. Engineer, thank you for the presentation. The intention of the establishment of the government center is a very good idea. It has a very noble intention to serve the people of the province of Davao Oriental, bringing closer the services to people. Kay tungod sa gikaingon kaganiha, the original discussion was for the national offices and institutions. And as we can see now, the presentation of the master plan, perti kanindot, engineer. Ma-excited ang tanan na makita nato to. However, during our discussion this time and with the previous discussions as well, mabalik-balik na to og kadungog na there are problems or concerns pertaining to the encroachments of the different officials na nagatapad-tapad. No? Before tamo padayon sa infrastructure development, I would just like to ask engineer, kay tungod na naman tay master plan, nindot naman tanan ang ato ang plano. However, makita na to murag naunhan punta sa situation as to how do we manage para dili ta maabot sa mga concerns like encroachments. Kay na-experience man nato karon naga-overlapping ang different offices. Tingali sa intention, sa plano, we have no questions kay nindot na. And however, as a legislator na dungog na nato ni balik-balik, maybe we could also develop sa sama sa ato ang ginaingon na guidelines, no? We can create a proper guidelines and proper channeling and protocol kung asa gyud ay magsugod ang proseso. Like if there is an institution or an agency nga mag-request syempre sa ato amang local chief executive, the Honorable Governor Dayang Hirang. And to follow, asa na padulong. Just like what we've experienced, kung makita nato ang lain-lain nga opisina, lain-lain nga institutions have different proportions or sizes of lots. So how do we determine kung si institution or agency A ingon ani kadako ang atong i-donate or naa na ba tayo specific subdivision of the different lots na pwede nato i-donate as to the guidelines kay para sama sa gikaingon ni Board Member Rabilo nga harmonious pud ang ato ang government center, dili magsari-sari og design, no, para makita pud nato sa atong zoning ordinances. Kay ingon bitaw nimo kaganiya engineer, we are lucky enough nga nihaom ra pud. What if dili mo haom? So that will be the situations, the scenarios that we have to prepare para dili na madugangan ang ato ang concern. So tingali karon sa intention, sa plano, wala na tayo questions. Nindot na lang kayo. As to the question, how do we manage, tama to siya ang guidelines. And hopefully, from the local chief executive and to the different departments, makakraft ta o guidelines, how do we go about it. Para po dinhi sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan, sama sa giingon ni Board Member Palmahil na kung naay urgent request ang atong local chief executive, as much as possible, dili gyud nato mabalibaran. But we are also seeing it na kung mamahimo, before pud mo abot dinhi, nalimpyo og nahapsay na nato tanan ng proseso para dili na madugangan kung unsa ang existing nato na problems. Whether we like it or not, sooner or later, there will be a lot of agencies that will be requesting to the provincial government for a specific portion of lots sa ato ang government center. So tingali karon wala naman gyud tay question sa kanindot sa mga plano ato ang intention. However, there is just one question, Madam Presiding Officer, about the drainage system engineer. Dili man ko engineer, mao nang mangutana gyud ko, considering that we already have the master plan. So appeal naman gyud tingali ang drainage system ana asa mo gawas, no, considering na nagabaha baya gyud dinha sa atubangan nato dapit sa rotonda. Hopefully dili na po na madugangan na concern padulong din sa ato. So I am hoping, Madam Presiding Officer, from the local chief executive, the different departments and other technical working groups to craft a guidelines para once and for all, dili na ta mag-tag-over kung kinsa ang i-appeal, unsa ang buhaton. Kaya as what we've experienced, tinuod tong ingon ni engineer, based on experience, nag-request of specific portion of lot, gi-allow nato sa province with the SP's approval, and after that pag actual inspection na nato nanobra naman og tagpila ka meters, so lisod na nato siya i-troubleshoot kay naa na ang infrastructure. However, there are a lot of ways and tingali for future transactions. Hopefully with this discussion, by the next time na magtan-aw ta sa plano, naa na pud to ang guidelines for us to be guided and evade upcoming concerns pertaining to the government center. That's all, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Uy. Board Member Jerome Dayang Hirang, you are recognized.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, you may speak.
in order to support the translation of Board Member Uy, katong mga overlap areas nga nanay building, naghimo mig harmonization, gi-adapt na lang namo, nag-realignment min sa road network and drainage plan para di na samok, ana lang among gihimo. And we should establish fence and road network gyud para di na sila molampas kay sila magbuot sa karsada, dili kami. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, may hapon sa tanan. Engineer, thank you sa imong presentation. Tama ba akong nadungog ganina, Engineer, na sa inyong level, i-review ninyo and kayo ang mo recommend kung asa pwede paglagyan? Tama ba ito akong nadungog?
Yes ko, ma-approve ang Master Development Plan.
Na-request ang Philippine Councilors League, Davao Oriental Chapter, Madam Presiding Officer, if ma-reconsider to siya, loted din sa government center, makaasa ka engineer nga dili may pabigat and musunod mi sa rules and regulation na gusto sa ato ang probinsya. no? So sana makita, ma-check ninyo kung naaba to ang among request kasi last year pa man to siya. So baka na-review ninyo or na-discuss ninyo sa inyong level. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay.
Initial information, despite na wala pa adoption ang Master Development Plan, naga-insist na gid mi nga mao gid ni ang equitable area sa kini nga zoning among gina slice para mag-harmonize ta sa future. So naga-insist na pud mi. So mao nang thankful mi sa pinadisco ginapatawag mi for our opinion and recommendation, and also the MCC makakraft na gyud sila og mga guidelines nga i-forward sa SP for adoption.
Okay, thank you. Engineer, I would like to thank you, and we do appreciate the plan, no? I think initially when we assumed the office last year, medyo na pag-usapan din ito ng konti when we were discussing about the SP complex, right? And from what I understand, much has been said already, and from what I understand, to resolve all this matter, a legislation is needed. Para ingon nimo ganina na mabutangan og nipon ang balaod. So it's easy to implement, and meron na kayong legal basis for whatever that you do. And then the guidelines, so walang problema pagdating dito. If you are finished with the master plan, have it officially transmitted to the Sanggunian for proper referral to the respective committee para matakel na natin sa committee level, even if it takes a series of committee meetings for us to fully understand. As you said, voluminous yung documents na kailangan. And if you have already drafted the guidelines, and the soonest possible time, the SP is willing and ready to come up with the appropriate legislation needed to ensure na maayos natin at ma-streamline natin ang ano. I think what is just important is for the SP to know, based on the perspective, yung pinakita natin kanina, ilan ba ang non-conforming na structures, and then you've already made adjustments dito. So yung na-present ninyo, that has already been adjusted to the existing. Okay. So wala na tayong magiging problema sa zoning. Okay. So yun na lang din siguro. I think from what I heard, adoption of the Government Center Master Plan, Davao Oriental Government Center Master Plan, if that is officially transmitted to the Sanggunian, that will be addressed to me, to the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan through my office para ma-calendar namin sa session, and then officially it can be referred to the appropriate committee, and then dun na mag-start yung discussions on the committee level. And I would just like to ask for a timeline. Do we have a timeline for this? Soonest though. How soon is soon? ASAP. So how soon can you transmit the documents? Are you ready with it?
Being the Russian, by tomorrow will forward the documents to the MCC as the authorized body to transmit to Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Okay. So on the part of the Sanggunian, we are looking forward to working with you on that para din masaayos na rin natin ito, because this is one of the pride of the PLGU. Pag may mga local and international tourists tayo dito, this can also be a place where they can come and visit, and then it can create a lasting impression din sa kanila of what Davao Oriental is. Ma-showcase lang sana kung ano yung level of energy, ano yung yung sa planning din in terms. So dapat maging ano na rin tayo. So rest assured, pagdating sa Sanggunian, if legislation is needed, I think it's not only the committee who will look into this, but it's all of us who will be working with the committee para ma-expedite natin yung kailangan yun na legislation. Will it be in a form of an ordinance? With incorporating all the guidelines in the disposition and allocation of properties within the government center. So tomorrow, Would that be? No.
Vice-
Anytime, the soonest you can provide a calendar agad namin yan.
Basi ma-misinterpret me, we
Yeah.
just a technical arm,
Yeah.
isubmit na mo amo ang output
Yes.
to the DMCC
Yes.
as committee has the authority to transmit to the
Yes.
Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Okay. Just coordinate with the DMCC.
Yeah, we will forward
Yes.
our voluminous copies for them to tackle with regards to connection to the
Yeah.
Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Okay. So, because we understand the urgency of the matter, na kailangan talaga soonest because there are also pending requests coming from different offices or agencies na hindi tayo maka-act
on it unless we put everything in its proper
So
place,
this
no?
matter
So
is
this
also
matter
referred
is also referred to the Committee on Housing and Land Utilization, Rural and Urban Development, for proper coordination with DMCC and the Provincial Engineering Office with regards to the official transmittal to the SP.
Napaday, Madam Chair, napaday may observation. Since we are in ownership sa provincial governance center, amo refer sa pinadisco being the member, kay dili na nato asset ang ubang lands. Kaya ato namang gidonate o nakatitle dan sila. Mo nang
Parallel me,
parallel mo forward din sa DMCC, mo forward could make inventory sa pinadisco for them to know pila na lang
portion
ang atong portion nga naatay ownership. Kaya ang uban na-convey naman sa laing agencies ang ownership.
So that will be one of the things.
So that will be one of the things.
Okay. So if there is no other questions, meron pa ba tayong questions from those who have joined us on via Zoom? Wala ba tayong mga questions? If none, I believe we can now excuse our guest. You've been standing there for a great, I think, more than an hour. Thank you for your patience and also for answering all the questions and queries coming from the members. Rest assured, we will be working with you on this matter. Okay, thank you again. Any final words?
it's our pleasure of being invited here. So, thank you. We will still continue to pursue our role as technical arm of the provincial government.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you, Engineer. Yes, Board Member Castro.
Good afternoon, everyone. To our Honorable Presiding Officer and to my colleagues. I would like to seek the kind indulgence of our honorable colleagues, especially to our Committee on Rules. We have here with us today our Provincial Tourism Office led by our Tourism Officer, Attorney Love Takder. Vice, this is in relation to the proposed official tourism tagline of our province of Davao Oriental as embodied in the proposed Provincial Ordinance Number 18-16 Series of 2026, filed by this representation. And the same will be calendared for second reading at the appropriate time, Madam Presiding. So with this representation, I'd like to make use of this question hour, and if there is no objection from the August body, may we accommodate and allow the team of Attorney Takder for their presentation regarding the proposed provincial ordinance, Madam Presiding. Thank you.
Okay, if there is no objection from the other members, no objections were noted. We will now give the floor to Attorney Love Takder for your presentation to the members.
Mabuhay, madayaw, maayong hapon from the Provincial Tourism Office. I am Attorney Love, and this afternoon we will be presenting the official tagline and logo of the province of Davao Oriental. So for your kind information, the Provincial Tourism Office of Davao Oriental convened last year, August 15, with the technical working group of the stakeholders of the Provincial Tourism Council to come up with a branding for the tourism being at the top of the priority of the governor. So with this, we also did some consultations and we also convened our tourism officers for them to come up with their own branding and of course with the resolution para may pangil po ang kanilang branding. With this, we also had our tourism industry gathering where we soft launched this branding during the first week of January. So allow me first to give you a background of our branding. Slide, please. Okay, long-lasting tourism taglines, global practice. I will first show to you the different taglines all over the world which has already gained reputation. Slide, please. So this one is the tourism tagline of New Zealand. It is "Find your 100% pure New Zealand," and this has been used since 1999 for over 25 years. Slide, please. So this one is from India. It is Incredible India and launched last 2002, and it is still used until now. Next, please. This one is the ever-famous "I Love New York," and this has been used since 1977. And this is the most famous tagline in the whole world. Next slide, please. Okay, this one is "Malaysia, Truly Asia" since 1999. Next slide. This is from Amazing Thailand, and this has been used since 1990. Okay, next slide. So according to Morgan and Pritchard and Pride in 2002, strong destination brands require long-term consistency to build recognition and trust. And tagline serves as a shorthand expression of a country's essence and influence tourist decision-making. Therefore, your tagline before you present your logo is the face of your tourism destination. So why taglines must be consistent? Number one, it's because branding is not a one-time activity. So when you say branding is not a one-time activity, changing your slogans means you always reset the memory of your tourists. While when you are consistent, you compound recognition over time. Slide, please. Next one. So I will first show to you the different taglines of, back please, the different taglines of the Philippines. Balik po tayo sa slide na yun. Okay, these ones po are the different taglines that the Philippines has used over the years. Ayan po, Fiesta Island, Philippines. It's from late 1990s to 2001. We have Wow Philippines, according to our DOT team. This has been the most famous daw from 2002 to 2010. And the other one is Pilipinas Kay Ganda from 2010, which is briefly used only and then withdrawn. Next is It's More Fun in the Philippines, the longest, from 2012 to 2023. And currently, we have Love the Philippines from 2023 until present under Secretary Frasco. Next slide, please. So the next slide will tell us that branding, consistency builds mental recall and attention. So when we say mental recall and attention, when it is used all the time, people will always associate the word to your province. Next slide, please. Okay, branding directly impacts tourism performance. So a staple brand strengthens tourist confidence. It also gives us our pure identity and a more stable economic outcomes because the words will always be associated with your province. Next slide, please. Next is that brand elements such as the logo and the slogan shape the perception. So logos and slogans are symbolic elements that influence how visitors evaluate a destination. So for example, if your slogans have mountains and oceans, it means that these elements can also be seen in your province. So next slide, please. Before we present the logo, the next slide will tell you that our slogan has the word beautiful in it because of Davao Oriental Beautiful. So why do we need to keep the word beautiful in the Davao Oriental Beautiful tagline? First is because of simplicity and universality of work. Click please. So the word beautiful is emotionally okay, here. It is emotionally appealing, it is globally understood, it is timeless and not trend-based. Meaning, kapag sinabi po nating beautiful, we all know it is a common word, it is a common adjective, and it will give us good vibrations whenever we hear the word beautiful. It is timeless also, meaning what is beautiful now will always be the definition of beautiful in the years to come. The word beautiful also has a repetition and it builds equity because it is single and it is consistent and it has consistent image across all interactions. Meaning wherever we are in the world, the definition of beautiful is always and will always be beautiful. Next slide, please. In the tagline, we also incorporated the word kanato ini. While some think this might be political, next slide, please. Of course, it is a common knowledge that the word beautiful is always incorporated with shared responsibility, collective pride, and participatory governance. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the tagline and the logo of Davao Oriental Beautiful, Kanato Ini for all to see. Because Davao Oriental is beautiful, Kanato Ini means this is ours, and of course, it is just but right for the world to see Davao Oriental. So this is the official tagline and logo of Davao Oriental Beautiful, Kanato Ini for all to see. So this one has already been edited from our committee hearing last March. So one of the comments is that the word beautiful is bigger than Davao Oriental, so we have already changed it. We have also incorporated the two tribes of Davao Oriental. We have the Kagan and the Mandaya. And then the Kanato Ini sign, Kanato Ini for all to see. We have also incorporated the beaches, the Mount Hamigitan, and the sun. So to give you a clear explanation of the logo, we will present to you an audio-visual presentation of the explanation of Davao Oriental Beautiful, Kanato Ini for all to see.
easternmost edge of Mindanao lies a province shaped by nature, culture, and identity, a place we proudly call our home.
And Your Honors, I think something is wrong with the connection. Yeah.
Davao Oriental, suroy na, oh Davao Oriental, laakta, oh.
In the easternmost edge of Mindanao lies a province shaped by nature, culture. The craftsmanship passed through generations. From it emerged the patterns of Dagmay and Kagan designs, threads of culture that can Oriental.
There was a motion for a few minutes recess, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Recess is declared. Considering that there are technical difficulties because of the internet connection, the slow connection, it would be difficult for us to play it today for this regular session. However, we had discussion with Attorney Love and with the board member Castro that in the next regular session, wherein you will also be submitting committee report and pass the ordinance already for second reading, we may be able to play it during question hour. Because in the presentation, there are the explanation, no? The explanation, there are explanations there. So it's very important also for all of us to be able to see the presentation, the AVP. Okay. So if that is all agreed, do we have other guests for today's regular session? Since we do not have any more guests, may we request Board Member Makaira, Board Member Daud Linsag for the motion for the lifting of the suspension of the House
Thank you,
rules.
Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to all. I move for the lifting suspended also, Madam Chair. I do so move.
There is a motion for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules, a motion of Honorable Linsag, seconded by Honorable Castro. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. We can now proceed to the other items in the order of business.
Next item is first reading and referral to committees of proposed ordinances and proposed resolutions, none. Communications. First under communication is communication number 18-371-2026.
Referred to Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-372-2026.
Referred to Committee on Good Government, Ethics, Accountabilities and Human Rights.
Next is communication number 18-373-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Local Government.
Next is communication number 18-374-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Health and Sanitation.
Next is communication number 18-375-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations and Ways and Means.
Next are petitions and memorials, none. Next is consideration of committee reports. First is committee report number 18-231-2026 by the Committee on Dangerous and Illegal Drugs.
This is to be rendered by Board Member Palmahil. Is he around? If there is no objection from the members, a few-minute recess is declared. Report number 18-231 series of 2026 will be rendered by Board Member Palmahil, Chairman of the Committee on Dangerous and Illegal Drugs.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-231-2026, subject to communication number 18-370-2026. A letter from the Honorable Governor Nelson L. de Anghirang, dated April 6, 2026, requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing him to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and in behalf of the province of Davao Oriental with the local government unit of municipality of San Isidro for the treatment and rehabilitation assistance to drug dependents. I believe everybody has been provided a copy of the said committee report. Therefore, Honorable Presiding Officer, I move to dispense with the reading of the whole contents of the report and subsequently move for its adoption and acceptance of the same. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-231, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Palmahil, seconded by Honorable Linsag and Honorable Castro and Honorable Montojo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-231-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-232-2026 by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means.
Board Member Ravelo is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-232-2026 of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means with subject communication number 18-251-2026 and Appropriation Ordinance number 2, Series of 2025, Calendar Year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 3 of the Municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental. Number 2, Communication number 18-252, Appropriation Ordinance number 4, Series of 2025, Calendar Year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 4 of the Municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental. Communication number 18-253-2025, Appropriation Ordinance number 5, Series of 2025, Calendar Year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 5 of the Municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental. Number 4, Communication number 18-254-2025, Appropriation Ordinance number 6, Series 2025, Calendar Year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 6 of the Municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental. The committee held a meeting on April 1 to review and deliberate the hearing subject communication with all the members present. Honorable Presiding Officer, honorable colleagues, I move to dispense with the reading of the whole content of this committee report and subsequently move for its adoption. I so move.
There was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-232-2026 on motion of Honorable Ravelo, seconded by Honorable Insag. All members present, any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-232-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-233-2026, still by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means.
Board Member Ravelo is recognized again.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-233-2026 with subject communication number 18-257-2025, Appropriation Ordinance number 2025-07, Calendar Year 2026 General Fund Annual Budget of the Municipality of Banay-Banay, Davao Oriental, involving the amount of 360,393,262 pesos. The committee held a meeting on April 1, 2026 to review and deliberate the referred subject communications with all the members present. Honorable Presiding Officer, Honorable Colleague, I move to dispense with the reading of the whole content of this committee report and subsequently move for its adoption. I so move.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-233, Series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Ravelo, seconded by Honorable Insag and Honorable Palmahil. Honorable Uy, any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-233, Series of 2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-234-2026, once again by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means.
Board Member Ravelo is again recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-234-2026 with subject communications number 18-258-2026, Appropriation Ordinance number 4, Series of 2025, Calendar Year 2026, General Fund Annual Budget of the City of Mati, Davao Oriental, involving the amount of 2,251,262,044 pesos. The committee held a meeting on April 1, 2026 to review and deliberate the herein subject communications with all the members of the committee present. Honorable Presiding Officer, honorable colleagues, I move to dispense with the reading of the whole content of this committee report and subsequently move for its adoption. I so.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-234-2026 on motion of Honorable Ravelo, seconded by Honorable Castro. All members present, any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-234, Series of 2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-235-2026, again by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means.
Honorable Ravelo is again recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here committee report number 18-235-2026 with subject communications number 18-355-2026. A letter from Sangguniang Bayan Secretary Ms. Fatima L. Maluluan of the Municipality of Davao Oriental dated March 25, 2026, submitting Sangguniang Bayan Resolution number 21-78-2026. The committee held a meeting on April 1, 2026 to act and deliberate. Therein referred subject communication with all the members of the committee present. Honorable Presiding Officer, honorable colleagues, I move to dispense with the reading of the whole content of this committee report number 18-235-2026 and subsequently move for its adoption. I so move.
There is a motion for the adoption of committee report number 18-235-2026 on motion of Honorable Ravelo, seconded by Honorable Linsag and Honorable Uy and Honorable Montojo. Honorable all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee report number 18-235-2026 is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is committee report number 18-236-2026 by the Committee on Public Information, Communication and Technology and Media Affairs. This will be reported by the Honorable Montojo.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here committee report number 18-236-2026 from the Committee on Public Information, Communication and Technology and Media Affairs with the subject communication number 18-357-2026, City Ordinance number 655 series of 2026 entitled An Ordinance Regulating and Monitoring the Installation and Maintenance of Wires, Cables, Foreign Attachments, and Apportionment Structures and Assemblies of Public Utilities, establishing a one-pole policy, mandating the enhanced rectification and standardization of overhead electrical, telecommunication, and cable television lines, requiring the eradication of dead wires and implementing road and truck safety measures, and imposing permit fees on the installation of electric and/or telecommunication cable television poles by public utility companies which are erected on government and/or private lots along government streets, roads, highways, and/or alleys within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Mati and providing penalties for violation thereof. Madam Presiding Officer, I believe we all have a copy of this said committee report. May I move that I forgo the reading of the whole committee report and subsequently move for the adoption of this said committee report.
There is a motion for the adoption of committee report number 18-236-2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by Honorable Linsag, Honorable Ravelo, Honorable Uy. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee report number 18-236-2026 is hereby adopted by this council.
Next is committee report number 18-237-2026 by the Committee on Cooperative, POs, NGOs, CSOs, and Livelihood.
Board Member Linsag is recognized.
Thank you once again, Madam Presiding Officer. Committee report number 18-237-2026 filed by Committee on Cooperative, POs, NGOs, CSOs, and Livelihood. Subject number 1, item number 2 of communication number 18-345-2026. Subject number 2, communication number 18-346-2026. Subject number 3, communication number 18-347-2026. Action taken. The committee held a meeting on March 25, 2026 at the Sangguniang Panlalawigan Session Hall to act and deliberate the herein subject referred communication. Present is the presentation, Madam Presiding Officer, the Chairman of this committee, and the Vice Chairman of this committee, Honorable Ravelo, and the members of this committee, Honorable Montes, Honorable Macaira. Madam Presiding Officer, since all the members from this august body have already a copy of this committee report, I move to dispense the reading of contents of this committee report number 18-237-2026 and subsequently move for the adoption, Madam Chair. Thank you.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-237-2026 on motion of Honorable Insag, seconded by Honorable Jerome Dayang. All members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-237-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-238-2026 by the Committee on Energy, Public Works and Highways and Infrastructure Development.
This will be reported by the
Honorable
Vice-
Palmahil.
Honorable Palmahil.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. In behalf and as a member of the Committee on Energy, Public Works and Highways and Infrastructure Development, this representation would like to render Committee Report number 18-238-2026, subject to communication number 18-348-2026, a letter from Ms. Eliza L. Sumampong, the Acting Secretary to the Sangguniang Bayan of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, forwarding Municipal Ordinance number 1 Series of 2026 entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing an Open Infra Through Multi-Stakeholder Oversight in Local Infrastructure Projects and providing for its functions and for other purposes. I believe everybody has been given a copy of the said committee report. If there are no questions, Honorable Presiding Officer, I now forgo to dispense the reading of the whole contents of this report and subsequently move for its adoption and acceptance of the same. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-238-2026 on motion of Honorable Palmahil, seconded by Honorable Linsag, Honorable Uy, Honorable Macaira, and Honorable Ravelo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-238-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-239-2026 by the Committee on Housing, Rural and Urban Development and Land Utilization.
Board Member Palmahil is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here Committee Report number 18-239-2026, subject to the communication number 18-349-2026, a letter from the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Denghirang requesting for an authority to sign the subdivision plan in connection with the titling of the property donated to the Bureau of Treasury located in Barangay Dihican, City of Mati, Davao Oriental. The committee held a meeting on March 25, 2026 at the Session Hall, SP Session Hall, right after the 38th regular session to act and deliberate herein the subject communication. I believe everybody has a copy of the said committee report. Honorable Presiding Officer, I now forgo the reading of the said committee report and subsequently move for its adoption and acceptance. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-239-2026 on motion of Honorable Palmahil, seconded by Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang, Honorable Johnson Dayanghirang, Honorable Castro, Honorable Montojo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-239-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-240-2026, still by the Committee on Housing, Rural and Urban Development and Land Utilization.
You may proceed, Honorable Palmahil.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here the committee report number 18-240-2026, subject to the communication number 18-368-2026, a letter from the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Denghirang requesting for an authority to enter into a deed of donation with the Davao Oriental Regional Science High School for the donation of a parcel of land containing an area of 20,000 square meters, more or less. Honorable Presiding Officer, I believe everybody has a copy of the said committee report. I now forgo the reading the contents of the whole report and subsequently move for its adoption and acceptance. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-240-2026 on motion of Honorable Palmahil, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-240-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next item is calendar of business. First under calendar of business is unfinished business, none. Next is business for the day. First under business for the day is proposed resolution number 18-363-2026 authored and sponsored by the Honorable Elijah E. Palmahid.
Before I give the floor to Board Member Palmahil, the Chair would like to seek the indulgence of the members. I have a very important matter to discuss with all the members. If a few minutes recess may be declared, if there's no objection from the members. So no objections were noted. A few minutes recess is declared. would like to recognize Board Member Makaira.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. We have received a communication, Madam Presiding Officer, communication number 18-376-2026, a letter from the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Dayanghirang requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing the undersigned Honorable Governor to enter into Memorandum of Agreement for and on behalf of the Province of Davao Oriental with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, DSWD, through its field office, considering, Madam Presiding Officer, that this is certified urgent in nature. I move that this be included in our calendar of business for the day, and that we discuss this later under a committee of a whole under suspended rules.
There was a motion presented by Board Member Makaira, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. So, was there already a motion for the conversion of the body? May we request again for the conversion of the body into a committee as a whole under suspended House rules?
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move that we convert the body into a committee as a whole under suspended rules.
There was a motion again presented by Board Member Makaira, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. What will be the communication for discussion? Were all members furnished copies of the said communication? Board Member Montojo is recognized for the discussion of communication number 18-376-2026.
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer, we have received here a communication from the Office of the Governor, communication number 18-376-2026, requesting the passage of a resolution authorizing the Provincial Governor Nelson L. Dayanghirang to enter into a memorandum of agreement on behalf of the Province of Davao Oriental with the Department of Social Welfare and Development through its Field Office 11. This agreement pertains to the implementation of assistance to individuals in crisis situation program, specifically to provide financial assistance to employees and personnel of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental. As we all know, there is a ongoing crisis right now, and I believe we all need this assistance. Therefore,
so are there any questions?
I am open for any questions.
Clarifications? I think all the employees of the provincial government has been eagerly anticipating this. So we decided not to forgo with this and include this in today's regular session to ensure everybody is happy in the So if there is no question, the recommendation of the committee therefore is for the passage. Okay, passage of the said.
Since there are no questions or any clarification, I move that we adapt pa ba?
Yeah, the recommendation of the committee is for the passage during plenary. So may we request the committee chair, the Board Member Makaira, for the conversion of the body back to plenary still under suspended House rules.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move that we convert the body back into plenary under the same suspended rules.
Okay, there was a motion presented by Board Member Makaira, seconded by Honorable all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. We are now back to plenary. And for the committee as a whole, report number 241 will be rendered by Board Member Montojo. 241 for its adoption.
Madam Presiding Officer, again, I have here Committee of the Whole report with a subject communication number 18-376-2026. the request of a passage of a resolution authorizing the Provincial Governor Nelson L. Hirang to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and in behalf of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental with the Department of Social Welfare and Development through its Field Office 11 pertaining to the implementation of assistance to individuals in crisis situation program, specifically to provide financial assistance to the employees and personnel of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental. And with that, Madam Presiding Officer, since there are no questions and no clarifications, I move that this committee report of the whole report number 18-241-2026 be adopted. Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, there was a motion for the adoption of Committee of the Whole Report number 18-241-2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee of the Whole Report number 18-241-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council. The next item will be...
Next is proposed resolution number 18-378-2026 to be presented by the Honorable Montojo.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, again, I have here a proposed resolution number 18-378-2026, a resolution authorizing the Provincial Governor Nelson L. Hirang to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and in behalf of the Province of Davao Oriental with the Department of Social Welfare and Development through its Field Office 11 pertaining to the implementation of the Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation Program, specifically to provide financial assistance to employees and personnel of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-378 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-378-2026 is hereby approved by this Council. Do we have other matters for discussion? None. May we request again Board Member Macaira for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules?
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules.
Okay, there was a motion for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules, a motion of Honorable Macaira, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. House rules are hereby, suspension of House rules is hereby lifted. The next item, Madam Secretary.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-363-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Elijah E. Palmahil.
Board Member Palmahil is recognized.
363.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here proposed resolution number 18-363-2026, a resolution granting authority to the Honorable Nelson L. Hirang, Provincial Governor, for and in behalf of the Province of Davao Oriental to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Municipal Local Government Unit of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, represented by its Municipal Mayor, Honorable Maria Angelica T. Go Hirang, for the treatment and rehabilitation assistance to the drug dependents. Honorable Presiding Officer, I now move for the passage and approval of the said resolution. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-363 series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Palmahil, seconded by Board Member Jerome Hirang, Board Member Linsag, and Board Member Uy. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-363 series of 2026 is hereby approved by this Council.
Next are 7 proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolution numbers 18-364-2026, 18-365, 18-366, 18-367, 18-368, 18-369, and 18-370, all authored and sponsored by the Honorable Ruchi M. Ravelo.
Board Member Ravelo is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here resolutions number 18-364-2026, a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 2 series of 2025 of the municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental operative in its entirety subject to some conditions. A resolution number 18365-2026, a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 4 series of 2025 of the municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental operative in its entirety subject to some conditions. Resolution number 18-366-2026, a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 5 series of 2025 of the municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental operative in its entirety, so subject to some conditions. And resolution number 18-367-2026, a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 6 series of 2025 of the municipality of Baganga, Davao Oriental operative in its entirety subject to some conditions. Proposed resolution number 18-368-2026, a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 2025-07 of the municipality of Banay-Banay, Davao Oriental operative in part. And proposed resolution number 18-369-2026, a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 4 series of 2025 of the city of Mati, Davao Oriental operative in its entirety subject to some conditions. And proposed resolution number 18-370-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of resolution number 21-78-2026 of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental entitled a resolution amending SB resolution number 21-43-2026, now to be read as follows. A resolution adopting and approving the supplemental investment program number 1 for calendar year 2026 of the municipality of Davao Oriental in the amount of 316,820,000 pesos, considering that the same is in accordance with law. Honorable Presiding Officer, honorable colleagues, I move for the passage and approval of the 7 proposed resolutions as read earlier. I so move.
There was an omnibus motion for the passage of 7 resolutions, particularly resolution number 18-364, 365, 366, 367, 368, 369, and 370, all series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Ravelos, seconded by Honorable Uy, Honorable Jerome Dainghirang, Honorable Montojo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolutions are hereby approved by this Council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-371-2026, authored by the Honorable Beverly M. Dayanan and to be sponsored by the Honorable Montojo.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, I have here proposed resolution number 18-371-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of City Ordinance number 665, series of 2026 of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, City of Mati, Davao Oriental, entitled An Ordinance Regulating and Monitoring the Installation and Maintenance of Wires, Cables, Foreign Attachments, and Appurtenant Structures and Assemblies of Public Utilities, establishing a one-pole policy mandating the enhanced rectification and standardization of requiring the eradication of dead wires and implementing road and truck safety measures, and imposing permit fees on the installation of electric and or telecommunication, cable, television, pole post by public utility companies which are erected on government and or private lots along government streets, roads, highways, and or alleys within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Mati, and providing penalties for violation thereof, subject to existing laws, rules, and regulations relative thereto. I move for the approval of this said resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-371, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by Honorable all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-371, series of 2026 is hereby approved by this Council.
Next are three proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolution numbers 18-372-2026, 18-373, and 18-374, all authored and sponsored by the Honorable Daud V. Linsag.
Honorable Linsag is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, once again. Proposed resolution number 18-372-2026. A resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance number 21-05-2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Davao Oriental, entitled an ordinance establishing the civil society organization. This and institutionalizing the People's Council in the municipality of Davao Oriental, subject to existing laws, rules, and regulations relative thereto. And the other one, proposed resolution number 18-373-2026, a resolution granting accreditation to the Green Com Society Incorporated with the office address at BGR Compound, Doña Rosa Street, Madang, Barangay Central, City of Mati, Davao Oriental, considering that the same has complied all the requirements set forth for accreditation pursuant to the LG Memorandum Circular Number 2020-060 dated June 23, 2025, and Provincial Ordinance Number 14-01-02-2014 as amended by Provincial Ordinance Number 17-01-08-2022. And the last, Madam Presiding Officer, proposed resolution number 374-2026, resolution granting accreditation to Mati Greencom Agriculture Cooperative with office address at BGR Compound, Doña Rosa, Madang, Barangay Central, City of Mati, Davao Oriental, considering that the same has complied all the requirements set forth for accreditation pursuant to the LG Memorandum Circular Number 2025-060 dated June 23, 2025, and Provincial Ordinance Number 14-01-02-2014 as amended by Provincial Ordinance Number 17-01-08-2022. Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of these three proposed resolutions under omnibus motion. Madam Chair, proposed resolution number 372 and proposed resolution number 373 and proposed resolution number 374. I do so move, Madam Chair, for the approval of three proposed resolutions under omnibus motion. Thank you.
There was an omnibus motion for the passage of three resolutions. Resolutions number 18-372, 373, and 374, all series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Linsag, seconded by Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang, Honorable Montoya, and Honorable Palmahil. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolutions are hereby approved by this Council. Next item.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-375-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr.
Honorable Lipardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is proposed resolution number 18-375, series of 2026, entitled the resolution returning the municipal ordinance number 1, series of 2026 to the Sangguniang Bayan of Governor Generoso, with the information that specific provisions as stated herein are deemed inconsistent, and further recommending to take necessary corrective measures and whatever action deemed appropriate thereon. Honorable Presiding Officer, the whereases as provided in this proposed resolution are all self-explanatory that would lead to the title itself of that resolution. If there are no questions on this proposed resolution, then I would move for the passage of said proposed resolution number 18-375, series of 2026.
If there is no questions, none noted. So there was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-375, series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-375, series of 2026 is hereby approved by this council. Next item.
Next are two proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolution numbers 18-376-2026, 18-377-2026, both authored and sponsored by the Honorable Elijah E. Palmahil.
Honorable Palmahil is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here proposed resolution number 18-376-2026. Resolution authorizing the Honorable Nelson L. Hirang, Provincial Governor, for and on behalf of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental to represent in the subdivision survey of subdivision plan lot 3-A-1-B-2-B-2-B-2-B-2-F-9 Provincial Government Center, Barangay Dahican, City of Mati, Davao Oriental for government purposes / offices. And I have also here proposed resolution number 18-377-2026, a resolution authorizing the Honorable Nelson L. Hirang, Provincial Governor, for and on behalf of the Provincial Government of Davao Oriental to enter into a deed of donation with the Davao Oriental Regional Science High School, represented by Schools Division Superintendent Winnie E. Batoon, for the donation of a parcel of land containing an area of a total of 20,000 square meters, more or less, situated at Barangay Dahican, City of Mati, this province. Honorable Presiding Officer, I now move for the passage and approval of this proposed resolutions number 18-376 and 18-377, all series of 2026 under omnibus motion. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There is an omnibus motion for the passage of two resolutions. Resolutions number 376 and 377, all series of 2026 on motion of Honorable Palmahil, seconded by Honorable Castro and Honorable Joson Dayang Hirang, Honorable Montojo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolutions are hereby approved by this council. Next item.
Next item is unassigned business, none. Next is proposed ordinances for third and final reading, none. Next is consideration of other matters.
We are now under other matters. Yes, Honorable Ravelo is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I'd like to request the members, honorable members of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation that we'll have a meeting immediately after the session for all the concerns referred to our committee. Thank you.
Okay, please take note, all the members of the said committee meeting after this regular session. Honorable Jerome Dayang Hirang is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I'd like to request the committee members of local government for a short meeting right after the session. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, please take note again, the members of the said committee, there will be a meeting after this regular session. Yes, Board Member Manaytay is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. This is to remind all the members of the Committee on Indigenous People and Cultural Communities that we shall be having a committee hearing tomorrow at 9 o'clock at our conference room. I hope that 100% attendance. Okay, thank you, Madam President.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Manaytay. Please take note. Yes. Board Member Montojo is recognized.
Madam Presiding, I'd like to call on the members of the Committee on Good Government to please stay after the session for a brief meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please take note, all the members of the Committee on Good Government stay after the session for a very short meeting. Yes, any other announcements? We are still under other matters. If we may proceed, what is the next item, Madam Secretary?
Next is adjournment.
Okay, yes, Honorable Linsag, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before we adjourn, Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask, tingala ko itong board member, 15 naman kabuk. May I know who's the wearing on the... Joking aside, Madam Chair, I move for adjournment, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adjournment of this regular session until next Wednesday on motion of Honorable Insag, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions, none noted. Motion is carried. Session is hereby adjourned.